Happy Monday. It is July the 8th, 2024, and I am not going to lie to you guys. This baseball card is shit. There's not a lot of stuff on at all today. There's no WNBA. I mean, we got some Wimbledon action, but it's all early in the morning. So this is the free three. I'm still going to cook up three best bets, but it's just that time in the season where you got to really be disciplined. And we're still going to try to find winners, but, we'll see what happens. Let's get into these winners for today. What's up, guys? Your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video. I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together, and we're just trying to make that money. Over the weekend, we had a split day here on the channel. On Friday, we had a 1-2 day. We cashed in on the Dodgers run line at plus value. Love to see that. We lost on the Braves and Cards money line parlay as the Braves end up selling on Friday. They actually end up winning Saturday and Sunday, so that's kind of annoying to see. And we also lost on Tina Charles points there in the WNBA. I think she finished like 14. We needed her to get 16, so we were close, but no cigar. So that was Friday. Saturday, I gave you guys a quick short in the Pirates and Mets game. I gave you 3 picks. We got 2 of the 3 picks right. We got the Nerfy right. We got the Mets on the money line right. Great run that we've been on with the Mets here on the channel inside the Discord group. Make sure you guys are inside there. And then we did lose on David Peterson's outs. He was pitching well, but just couldn't really keep his control down. So 2-1 on Saturday, 1-2 on Friday, 3-3 weekend that we had here on the channel. And then again, as always, we do 6 days of videos here on the channel. If you want the Sunday plays, those are inside the Discord group. And we had an amazing day yesterday, able to cash in. So you can see our year-to-date record right here, a little bit over 500 for the month of July. That's what we want to see. And really, the goal this month is really just to keep our head above water. Right now, we're just trying to keep the bankroll afloat until college football season comes. We don't want to give back too much. It's tough when you only have baseball on. We've been betting WNBA a little bit more consistently. We've had some UEFA with like Euros and Copa America soccer to kind of change things up, but you guys got to bear with me because it's really just a whole lot of baseball. If you don't like betting baseball, or if this is your first year betting baseball, you're not really experienced in betting baseball, then you guys know that June, July, August is the toughest time, especially July, because there's the only sport that's on. All the money, all the attention is on baseball, so that's really hard. I'm gonna make sure that I hold your hand through the process, and I actually have some educational videos that I've been dropping on the channel as well. I dropped one that's been doing really good. Shout out to all the new subscribers on the channel. Over 500 subscribers we have now on the channel, and that one video on how to really bet Nerfies, over 5,000 people have viewed that. So if you haven't watched that video just yet, watch that video, and I'll continue to drop more tips and educational videos like that, so this way we can help each other navigate these sports books and these waters together. All right, my friends? Now let's dive into these winners for today. My first best bet of the day, today's card's a little bit different for you guys. I have one side that I'm gonna go with, or really just like one total, and then 2 player props. Tomorrow, I'll come back with a full slate when we have WNBA, full baseball card, and then I'll also do a plus 600 parlay. If we can get to 600 subscribers here on the channel, I'll do a plus 600 parlay. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys are sharing this with some people. For the first pick of the day, we're going to head to the late night matchup between the Diamondbacks and the Braves. And we're going to go with the first 5 under 4.5 runs here, minus 130. And this is also the time of year, my friends, where we're going to have to lay a little bit juice. So if you're a big underdog person, cool. There'll be a lot of opportunities for you to make money. But if you're a big favorites bettor like I am, then sometimes you're going to have to lay a little bit of juice to kind of get the numbers that you're looking at, because the odds today are terrible. The lines today are terrible. The pitching matches are terrible. I mean, it's just a shit card, like I said. In this late night matchup, we've got Chris Sale on the mound for the Atlanta Braves, and we've got Yelber Diaz on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Do you guys know who Yelber Diaz is? Probably not. The reason why, because he's making his first MLB start. And if you guys know me, I'm not a big fan of backing pitchers in their first MLB start. I typically fade them. I would probably lay the Braves on the run line here. I might add that a little bit later, but overall, I think both of these pitchers, in Chris Sale and Diaz, can keep this first 5 under pretty low. When you know what it's like when you have adrenaline as a rookie, you're really looking at being able to kind of come out, set the tone. And it's tough when you're first professional start, let's be honest. But the form that Diaz has been in the AAA this year has been absolutely incredible. He has a 3.27 ERA on the AAA level, and he's coming off of a start where in his last start, he had a career high 13 strikeouts, over 6 hitless innings, and he also struck out 7 straight batters in a row. Now, granted, it is AAA. Now you're facing the Atlanta Braves here. But the thing I like here is that the Braves offense has regressed very heavily. We've seen this in the previous series against the Phillies, where they did not score a ton of runs. They were able to capitalize on the fact that the Phillies themselves weren't able to score runs, and that's how they were able to pull out 2 of the 3 wins. But yesterday's win, 6-0, and then the game before that on Saturday, 5-1, but majority of their runs come in like 1 or 2 innings, right? This is still an offense that ever since Ronald Acuna has gone down, they're still in the bottom half of the league when it comes down to hitting right-handed pitching. Now they face Yolbert Diaz on the road at Pace Field, which is more of a pitcher-friendly ballpark. I'm expecting Diaz to be able to get through this one. Do I think he pitches a shutout? No. He might give up 2-3 runs, but I'm banking on Chris Sale on his side to be able to hold things down and to be able to keep the runners at bay at least over through the first 5 innings. Now, Chris Sale, does he need any introduction? 11-3 on the year for the Mets, 2.71 ERA, 127 strikeouts. All of those are top 10 numbers inside of the majors, and he's coming off of 3 straight starts where he's gone at least 5 innings or deeper in every one of those starts, and he's given up no more than 1 earned run. That is exactly what you want to see. So for me, if Sale gives up 1 run, that literally gives Diaz 3 runs to work with here, and I feel like we should be able to get through the first 5 innings in this one. It's not the best sell job, I know, and it's not really one thing that I like to do in terms of backing rookie pitchers, but when we look at the slate today, when we look at how both of these offenses have been looking, and the fact that Diaz is a guy who does not walk a lot of guys, he has a sharp cutter, he has a good slider, so he has a few different off-speed pitches that he can throw in there, and keep in mind, this is a pitcher who can also pitch into the hundreds. This is what we're looking for. He's the number 16 prospect for the Diamondbacks, so maybe he can have that Paul Skeens magic, where he comes in here to the majors, he pitches really well, helps his team towards a victory. I see a lot of sharps on the Diamondbacks on the money line today at really good value at like plus 150. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go that far, but I will take the first 5 under 4.5 runs as the first pick of the day. Now for the second best bet of the day, let's go to a quick little player prop, and we're going to go with a player prop parlay in the same game. So a quick little same game parlay for you guys, and we're going to go Luis Robert Jr. to get a hit, Jose Miranda to get a hit, minus 115 odds if you parlay those 2 together. We haven't taken Luis Robert much this year on the channel, and he was a DYF all-star for us last year because he was absolutely dialed in, but this White Sox offense just is not really the same this year, and Luis Robert is somebody whose name has been thrown around during the trade deadline as that's really about to come up, so you maybe want to take a look to see if he maybe gets traded to a pretty good team now. But Luis Robert, I think he's been stepping it up because he knows what's on the line for him in terms of getting traded, or just really wants to kind of get back to that all-star form that we've seen from him. In terms of getting a hit, he's gotten at least 1 hit in 9 of the last 10 games, and over the last 7 days, over the last 7 games, he's batting over 300, so you love to see that. And over the last month, he's batting close to 250. So typically, I like to get guys a little bit higher here who are normally like batting in the 300s when I go for a hit a parlay. But I do like the fact that Luis Robert has been in good form. He has been on a hit streak. And then when you keep in mind that the Twins are sending Chris Paddock to the mound, I like this even better. I think the White Sox can win this game outright and upset a lot of people because Chris Paddock right now is coming off the injury reserve list. Been injured. He kind of went on the IL with the arm fatigue, and we saw before he went on the injury list, his velocity and his fastball really started dipping. On average, he was pitching about 94 miles per hour on the fastball. But right before the injury, it dropped all the way down to 91 miles per hour on the fastball. And as a result, that's what led him to getting roughed up. He had 2 back-to-back starts against Oakland. He combined for 7 innings pitched with 10 hits, 8 home runs, and 4 walks. That's why I'm going with Luis Robert today. That's why I'm going to fade the Twins here. I don't know if they're going to lose the game outright. I would lean towards the over 9. I do like that as well. I think the fact that Chris Paddock has not been able to get his strikeout ball, he's going to maybe have to find his footing after the injury stint. That means that's a wide open field day for Luis Robert Jr., and this is a guy who's in really good form, so give me him to get a hit. Now, speaking about guys in really good form, Jose Miranda. Did you guys see what he did yesterday? He actually tied, or I think he broke the MLB record for the most consecutive at-bats with a hit. He went 12 consecutive at-bats where he got a hit. If that doesn't tell you alone why I want to take him here in this situation, I don't know what else to tell you. Over the last 7 games, he has a 667 batting average, 24 plate appearances, 16 hits. In the last 15 days, over 500, 54 plate appearances, 28 hits. And then over the last 30 days, a 408 batting average, 103 plate appearances, 42 hits. That's the type of form that Jose Miranda is in right now. I mean, he's been absolutely stellar, dialed in. For him to get one hit today, not asking too much. Why? Because Chris Flexen's on the mound for the White Sox. That is why I lean to the overall over in this game. Both of these guys should be able to get a hit. Give me them as our second pick of the day. Third and final best bet of the day is with another player prop, and we're going to go with Corey Seager here, over 1.5 total bases, minus 130 odds on FanDuel. Now, Corey Seager has been a guy who's been absolutely just ripping the leather off of the baseball lately, especially when it comes down to total bases. 6 straight games where he's hit this number, and that's crazy to think about. We're not just talking about hit streaks here. We're talking about total bases, doubles, triples, home runs. Like I said, 6 straight games where he's gone over this number, and 8 of the last 9 games, he's gone over this number. So the form that Corey Seager's been in, absolutely stellar. Love to see it. Maybe you want to add him to the hitter parlay to get extra value and get to plus money, be my guest. But batting .417 over the last 7 games, batting .316 over the last 15 games, and batting .300 over the last 30 days lets you know that the form that Corey Seager's been in. He hit a home run yesterday. I love to see him tearing up the base paths like he has been doing. And then now he faces Davis Daniel for the Los Angeles Angels. If that name doesn't sound familiar, that's because he's also a rookie, making his 3rd career start. In his first career start against the Detroit Tigers, that adrenaline is rushing, 8 innings pitched, no runs, 4 hits, stellar baseball. But in his second start against the Athletics, he had a little bit of regression, 5 1/3 innings, 4 earned runs given up to go with 7 hits. So Corey Seager, this is a guy who can be able to take advantage of the rookie. We saw a little bit of regression, and this is the Rangers offense that's been picking it up and has been doing a lot better over the last month or so. I expect them to be able to get to the rookie today. Over 1.5 total bases for Corey Seager as our third and final pick of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are headed your way on this very small MLB card. Give me the Diamondbacks and the Braves first 5 under 4.5 runs. Give me Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases. And then give me Luis Robert and Jose Miranda to both get a hit in that same game parlay. For more picks and plays that I'm dropping throughout the day in this very light card, click the link in the description, join the free Discord group. And when we get to 600 subscribers, we're about 10 people away, I've got you guys on a plus 600 parlay. Hopefully, we guys can roll that out tomorrow, because we'll have a full slate of games and more options to choose from. As always, let's get to that cheddar, dictate your fate, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video. Later, guys.